Okay, gonna do a updated video. I did one a while ago, but I've done a lot of work on this bike since. So this is my 1980 Harley FLT Tour Glide King of the Highway edition. So great shovelhead touring bike with a lot of unique stuff. These were super cool bikes with factory dual exhaust, true dual exhaust, no crossover, rubber mounted engine, 5-speed transmission, and sealed oil bath chain drive. So super cool features on these. I just think they're awesome bikes. It's basically an early FXR frame setup, very similar, with the touring front end and bags and stuff. So really unique. I'm sure it's not exactly like an FXR, but similar setup to an early one. Very cool. So this one, about 26K miles on it. As you can see, has a recent top end on it. I stripped the whole engine down to reseal it just because it was quite a few oil leaks. It had been sitting, not from miles, I'm sure, but sitting, and gaskets were hard, and I was getting oil leaks, especially from the rocker boxes. So I just bought a gasket kit, stripped it down, resealed everything, new base gaskets, head gaskets, rockers, push rod blocks, all that, or lifter blocks. So all that done. Yeah, to get rid of the leaks. Will wet sump if it sits for weeks and weeks and weeks, but just fine for, a week at a time or whatever. But yeah, I have had a wet sump if it sits for too long. Otherwise, let's see, rebuilt forks recently. They were leaking, so new seals and fluid. Flushed all the brake fluid, full maintenance, oils, all the oils changed, including the sealed chain drive you can see back here. Does drip a little oil from that. Of course, the rubber bellows, or not bellows, what do you call it? The rubber boot there does drip a little from the bottom. I don't think there's much way around that. It sits full of oil all the time. Not heavy, but it does drip a bit. Good bags. The latches on the bags do not work. I can never get them reliably to close. And I did lose this left bag lid originally because the clips, the latch didn't work well at the back and it flew off. So I finally found a replacement lid. It was blue, in good shape, but blue. I painted it, and not great paint, as you can tell, but looks okay. I run these rock straps to keep them closed, and yeah, the paint on the bag lids was never perfect, so good way to keep them closed. Bags are tight and usable, but you can tell the paint on them is not perfect. None of the paint's perfect, but it is very good overall. Nice gloss to it. Fender's good. Wired in the bag lights, so they all work. Has a turn signal module for like different turn signal links and self-canceling and stuff, so that's nice. All the electric works well. Cycle electric charging system. I'm running an Edelbrock Quicksilver 2 carb on it that I know they get a bad rap for some reason, but runs just freaking great on this bike. Really well, better than the Super E I had on it before, and the original, whatever the original butterfly carb was. I wasn't happy with it. Paint's good, glossy, shiny, no dents in the tank and stuff. Plenty of little dings and imperfections in the paint, but you can see that it shines up nice. Yeah, front fender's good, Lockhart oil cooler on it. New ignition, I'm running points, brand new points plate. It had an old copy, knockoff Ultima ignition in it, and when I got it, and it was never running well. Mostly carburetor issues, I think. The Ultima is probably fine, but I went back to points on it. Brand new point setup, runs great, and new advanced mechanism and everything. So good starter motor, 5-speed trans works great, clutch cable's good, clutch is good, like I said, all the fluid's done. Fairing is solid and super nice with dual headlights. I mean, you can't beat the frame mounted fairing on these. Yeah, fender lights work, turn signals all work, super nice built-in signals on the fairing. I have a radio on it. I had these laying around. Nice speakers that are just clamped onto the bars, and they just wire into a battery plug, and a stick-on radio antenna, so it's radio and Bluetooth. FM radio and Bluetooth works great, gives you some tunes, but you can take it back off. There's nothing modified for it. Nice dash, put in a new voltmeter. Finally found a new old stock one on eBay. The voltmeter was dead originally. All the gauges worked well. You can see fuel gauge sits at half when it's off, but gauge is accurate and works well. Clock is there but does not work. Cylinder head temp gauge works fine. It takes a while to heat up because it starts at 200 degrees, but yes, works fine. And Oil pressure there works great. Ignition works great. Lock is worn out, so like the actual lock doesn't work. Keys come with it, and they match all the, work fine in these latches, but these locks are just worn out. Rebuilt the fuel sender. It was stuck when I got it. That all works now. New gas cap. You can see the original King of the Highway panel in nice shape. It's got a Mustang seat on it in nice shape. Does not have the backrest that came with these originally. Yeah, good pegs, good footboards, good shifter, clutch, you name it. This thing is awesome. I have had a blast and been riding it a lot and had a ton of fun with it, but I just have too many bikes and I got to get rid of a couple and free up some room. And this one I think I'll probably ride the least going forward, even though I ride it quite a bit now. Has a Pingle petcock on it. The tab is broken off, works for just fine, but the little knob is broken off. I got to find a new knob for that. New plugs, wires, all that, so all the maintenance stuff. Let's take it for a ride. See if I can do this okay with one hand. So, key on. And it is a little warm. I mean, I just rode 100 yards down the street here to this nice spot. Looks good. Voltmeter is damped quite a bit, slow. Takes a bit to come up. All the gauge lights, our warning lights work well. So, let me set my phone down here for a minute, get rolling, and then I will pick it up again. There we go. We're gonna do this. Sorry, get a view of the gas tank for a minute. Okay, up and rolling. So there we go. Sorry for my clutchless shift here. I have lubed the speedo cable quite a bit, but you can hear when cold there's a whining from the speedometer. It goes away as it warms up. The grease, I'm sure, is old inside the speedometer, but the cable is good and lubed. And the speedo works well and is accurate, but probably needs to be disassembled and lubed for him. So yeah, oil pressure is good. Gaskets is good. Voltmeter came up. Just a nice overall bike. Good riding, real excellent. I know, sorry for the whining speedo. So I think that's about it. I'm going to put this down so I can ride home, and hope you like it.